My name is Daryl.
My name is Robert.
And we've seen The Passion of the Christ.
Jesus Christ. Ever heard of him? When I suggested this movie, I thought there was more Christmas and less Judaism, but I was wrong. There is more Christmas by association, and 100% blame the Jews. Mel Gibson asked the questions, did the devil make the Jews do it, or are the Jews the devil? I'm not saying this movie is anti-Semitic, I'm just saying Mel Gibson is. And like most adaptations, the book is better.
Jump in Jehoshaphat is JC against the machine, and let me tell you, he gets washed. A stepson is spanked while his mother watches along with the sex worker. It's the passion of something, all right. We're putting the Christ back in Christmas hysteria, and we're even having a little wine on the Lord's Day. Even though my God bleeds strawberry margaritas from Dallas BBQ. Now what the hell? And I choose that word very carefully. What were we thinking?
What were we thinking?
What
we were thinking was we want you guys to like and subscribe.
There it is.
And let us know what movie we should have put in the Christmas list.
That's what we're doing
in the Christmas stocking of movies that we're going to watch.
We're just a couple silly gooses. We need you guys to help us be on the right path.
Like I said in my intro, I did suggest this movie as a joke.
And I loved it.
But it was...
And I loved it, and I said, fuck yes.
Like most jokes, as long as I laugh is good enough for me. And this movie...
You laughed?
Funny? I did that. I was like this most of the movie. It was like a horror movie. I was just like, ooh.
It was essentially a horror movie, yeah.
It was not a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Die Hard, more of a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
For sure. Harry Potter.
I hate that shit, though. I hate talking about Die Hard during Christmas.
Well.
But you're right.
For sure.
It is more of a Christmas movie.
If we're...
Yeah, totally.
This is an apple and
This might be
oranges.
the least Christmas movie there is. When you come to think about it.
It really, really is. But you know, it made over, what, like I think $500 million when it came out. Which
it was
insane.
popular because people who are actually religious and super Christian and believe in my man JC, they took it seriously. Like, they're taking it at face value. Like, yeah, this is strengthening my resolve. You see what they did to my guy. I'm riding with him to the end, till the wheels fall off.
Till the wheels, and a lot of things fell off, including the skin.
Yeah.
It was a hard watch.
It's pretty horrible, yeah. And you know, I was, before, we'll get into it, but you know, it was giving me like Man of Steel vibes or something like that.
You said that once we started watching,
Man
and
of
then
Steel.
I immediately got put in that place because it really did use, like, you know how like Walking Dead, there's like a specific like filter that they use, and everybody's
very
just like,
dark.
oh, the Walking Dead filter.
Yeah.
This was the Man of Steel.
Yeah.
And it's funny just comparing Superman to Jesus.
Totally, yeah.
And it's just like...
Also, because and I'll be honest with you, look, we'll get into it a little more, but this movie is pretty hilariously weird and kind of whack. I haven't used the word whack in a while, but it just seems so appropriate. And part of it is because...
It starts in a weird place.
I said Man of Steel because that Superman was not very compelling. No. Not very relatable.
Another movie that started in a weird place.
100%, yeah. No, the parallels are actually crazy, like when you think about it. I urge you guys to check out both movies if you have a whole day to waste on two terrible movies. Satan was kind of like the bad guy. So when you said horror movie, I started to think about, actually, you're right. My man Satan was kind of like...
No, this was filmed like a horror movie to me.
Yeah.
Like, who cares about plot? We're just caring about giving you like gore. These like gore. We're giving you like little jump scares.
Right.
It was very strange.
Tell me how else this movie was not appropriate for Christmas.
Well, there was a human sacrifice.
Human sacrifice.
Basically.
Extended, prolonged.
There was, how do you say it? I might get canceled for how I'm about to say this. A flagellation. What is that?
Flagellation.
Flagellation.
Yeah. We get flagellation. Are you two idiots? No, yeah, homie was getting his ass beat. He was getting the snot kicked out of him, dude.
No, they really. To see it. You've seen the what is that? What is that colored glass called?
The stained glass. Yeah.
The stained glass.
Yeah.
You've seen the story.
You've seen the story before
on the church.
Tales all this time.
And they took that and they were like, "You want to see it
Let's make it
real?
Move. Let's make it move."
They made it move. It was hard. And the whole thing is just like temptation is going throughout the whole movie, right?
Right.
Everybody's being tempted, and you're seeing these people just get hysterical.
Yeah.
There we go. That's how we're going to connect this.
Hysterical. We used it because it's hysterical.
Yeah.
And there's a mass happening.
There is.
And Christ is in it. Yeah. But Satan is essentially the biggest antagonist. He's the biggest op in this movie. He's Jesus' biggest op. Everybody knows that. But he inhabits like people. So like people start going mad around him. and kind of seeing like freakish creatures, people that the devil has like inhabited.
I know we probably want to leave this for the second half, but Judas getting chased by those kids was one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
Just getting punked by some kids.
Immediately reminded me of Weapons.
He said Weapons. I was thinking Step Brothers, where they get beat up by those kids in the playground. It was given that for sure. And actually, Will Ferrell could have been Jesus, and I think John C. Reilly as Judas. That's a movie I want to see.
No, that's like on Broadway, on ice.
On ice. But on the subject of Satan, they do the classic depiction of Jesus being tempted by Satan and the snake, who usually comes in the form of a snake.
Like
and of course,
I think it's referred to like the Garden of Olives or something like
right.
that.
And of course, my man JC is above all that. You know what I mean? He's got a strong will.
And just like I've said before, I would also have killed that snake. No problem. Easy.
This guy thinks, and I'm sorry if I've said this before, but it's worth noting, this guy thinks he could just take on snakes.
If J-Lo could take on an anaconda,
she had to put the ponytail up, though.
If she had to deal with Diddy,
Oh, Lord have mercy. Now, that's a snake right there.
Yeah.
Did she defeat him? I don't know. Somebody did.
I mean...
But he's not down for the count yet.
He's in jail. She ain't.
But speaking of temptation, that's a perfect...
She's in the jail called Affleck.
Hilarious. Speaking of temptation, because that's the perfect segue, speaking of Diddy. Not that he's not spoken about enough these days. If you were JC, right, and the devil was appearing to you at an hour that was crucial for you as a leader of your people, as a religious leader, as a chaste man of God, son of God.
Some would say a cult leader.
How do you think the devil would appear to you? How do you think you'd be tempted? What kind of sway would he have to take over you?
I know you don't watch this show, but in early Naruto, he would do something called a sexy clone jutsu.
That's kind of fun.
Where he would turn into like a hot model, and like a naked hot model, and everything would be covered by like smoke.
He did a Bugs Bunny, basically?
He would do Bugs Bunny.
Oh, I love that.
Over and over and over again in the first series, Naruto, not Shippuden Naruto. And that's how he's coming at me. He's coming at me with a sexy clone jutsu. You know what's really good about the sexy clone jutsu?
Please tell me.
Temptation?
Please tell me.
All the good bits are covered in smoke.
Hilarious.
So you never actually see them.
Beautiful.
Right?
Beautiful. So you're not breaking any sins. You're not breaking any religious laws there.
You're one of those.
And so that's going to take you out. Or that's going to be the thing that tempts you, but
I'm going to be like all Japanese Asian shows and just go into the air with my nose bleeding.
Hilarious. Master Roshi. So just to be clear, a transgender animal in a wig will appear to you.
A cross-dresser, you might say.
A cross-dresser, you might say.
Not necessarily transgender.
Cross-dresser?
Cross-dresser.
Cross-dresser? Yeah, how would the homie appear to me? Yeah, it would be probably something, I don't know.
So not sexy clone jutsu? Not for you?
Well, maybe just regular sexy woman. I gotta be honest with you, I'm probably the simplest mark on planet Earth.
Just some bread on the floor.
I'm surprised I have not yet been like robbed by a girl, you know, like taken to a hotel type shit where I wake up in like a bathtub with my kidneys missing. And I don't have very much cash on me at any moment, so they're not going to steal much other than my organs, you know? But I'm surprised I haven't got with one of those yet.
We just saw, speaking of like temptation, we just were walking by, we were driving by the school that's down the block. And I never realized this until Jose mentioned it. And he was just like, there's a hotel near that high school. Isn't that weird? And I was just like, that is weird that there's a hotel right next to a high school.
What in the Epstein is going?
That's how our friend thinks. But I was just like, I never thought about that.
I'm happy you said that. I'm unfortunately happy that you said that, because we're going to talk a lot about Epstein and what he has in common with Jesus Christ in the second half. I'm very excited to talk about that.
Trump's one of his disciples.
I'm pretty sure this is really going to take our episode to the top.
It's going to get us erased.
It's going to make us more popular than Jesus.
Yeah, dude.
Pros and cons. How many times have you seen this movie?
This would be second time I've seen this movie. Yeah, it's also the second time
I see it.
Because as somebody who was a child when this movie came out.
You were a child?
What is this, 2004?
Stupid. You answered it just so crazy.
I was like, what year?
You're like, wait a minute. No, I was born in a grown-up.
I was a high school. I'm Benjamin Button.
No, I'm sorry, when you were a child?
No, but somebody who grew up with this, I grew up in a Catholic household. When this movie came out,
right,
we went to go see this fucking movie.
Right, yeah.
Every Puerto Rican went to go see this movie.
It's interesting you say that, because I definitely... Wait, did I go with my mom? It's possible. I assume no, because I think it would have bummed my mom out. I think she would have been like, "Oh, this is fucking gnarly, dude."
It's
like,
so funny.
You could read the book and not have to see any of this viscera.
It's so funny to think about like just a family being like, yeah, we're gonna go see Passion of the Christ.
Popcorn, bootleg.
Bootleg. I had the black box.
No, but not for nothing. We always rented, so we might have rented it. But I was going to CDC during the time, which is like Sunday school. I was literally going to Christ school on Sunday.
They popped that tape in?
I think we saw it there. I think yeah.
They were like, yeah, they hit all the churches up pre-screen.
They hit them with the screen. That's crazy.
Yeah, you're like, yeah.
You see a watermark on the bottom? You're like, what the fuck
all the
is that?
churches in New York had to sign up for it.
But what do you actually think? Now that we actually saw it as a movie, how did you feel about it? Pros, cons?
I feel like Saw is better. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I did put that in the notes. It came out around the time of all of this gore porn stuff.
Yeah,
it's really crazy.
Everything was just like bloody and sadistic. Because this movie is just watching this guy get his ass kicked the whole time. With just
it's an episode of Scarred.
With quick like flashbacks, and I hate when anything does this, where the whole storytelling is based on flashbacks.
Yeah.
Because that's what this was. The whole thing was based on flashbacks.
It confuses a little narratively because you go into it knowing it's about Jesus and you're maybe expecting like the whole thing.
That's why this movie failed, because they assumed the audience knew everything. Mm-hmm. They started off in a weird place.
Right.
And then they would do a flashback just to a random scene that was definitely a scene in the Bible. But they would just be part of the scene, and you would have to be like, oh, what is this? Oh, okay, this is this.
That's what's funny. Yesterday we were watching it, and I was like, I could go piss at any point because I feel like I know the narrative of this, so I could jump in and out. But you're right. It's because I have that context, and not everybody does.
But that whole assumption is throughout the whole movie. So if you're not like, if you don't know the Bible, then this movie's like weird.
A little jarring, yeah. I couldn't agree more, especially about the gore stuff. I do wonder. I think about Mel Gibson being in a room with executives and being like, how do we get kids to like Jesus, to take him seriously? You make him a jackass. And we were talking about Jackass, how funny it is that if this is like Jackass, like, oh, my name is Jesus, I'm going to crucify dude, and then they crucify him.
It's just, I feel like after I watched it, because I saw this when I was a kid, and I think watching this as a kid, the only thing I could really focus on was the gore part.
Yeah.
It was just this dude getting beat for no reason.
Truly no reason.
Because as you're watching, you're just like, most of them are saying like he's innocent and that he shouldn't be in this situation. There's a bigger conspiracy going on where the people in power are basically setting him up in this situation where he could just go into jail.
Yeah.
So I don't think you get any of that when you're a kid, when this guy is just getting lacerated.
That's what it is. No, you're making a good point. I was a little older and I was learning about it at the time, so it was obvious to me. Again, this is a story that I had seen on the stained glass over and over. Ostensibly, the Jews are like, fuck this guy because he thinks he's the king of us. Yeah. He won't stop saying it either.
He won't.
He's like a rapper. He's like a rapper with the Kanye West chain.
No, he's like, I'm the greatest. Stop. I'm the greatest there ever was.
He's obstinate.
I don't understand what he's saying.
And then the Romans are just carrying out their duty, which is like, well, these guys want they want him to be set an example of, because he keeps talking shit. He keeps doubling down. And I mean, they whooped this poor bastard's ass.
Yeah, there's a whole scene where, I don't know the guy's name, the Roman governor.
Pontius Pilate.
He's really like, I don't want a war to happen. Yeah. There's like a whole scene where he's just like... he's like, damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah,
he's like stuck like in a hard place, and he's like, damn, what the hell do I do? No matter what side I choose, there's going to be a war. Right. And then he has just this like giant, like his people that he's supposed to be governing over, yelling at him like, you better kill this guy, you better kill this guy, you better kill this guy.
And everybody smells like shit.
No, everybody smells like... And everybody's influenced by the devil, because he's in the crowd.
Biggest op.
Touching asses.
Holding Hezbollah. He has Hezbollah. You know who Hezbollah is?
No.
The little midget baby?
You know what? Actually,
looking like Voldemort too.
Straight out of 300. Like that same character could be in 300.
Movie, I'm telling you, how many times I got to tell you, Zack Snyder should have directed this movie, bro.
It basically kind of
Zack Snyder should have directed this movie.
If you put the 300 filter over it,
a little bit.
Jesus did not fight back. He got beat up the whole time, and then all his disciples are saying peace out, and then
nobody's loyal, dog.
You know what's so funny is that throughout all the scenes of the disciples having a hard time dealing with like betraying like Jesus, there's a scene where he's just all of a sudden looking in their eyes.
Yeah, he's like,
I told you this was gonna happen.
Which is
and then they would flash back to a scene
so annoying
where he told them that it's gonna. You know what? I'm realizing you never seen Attack on Titan. You haven't seen the full thing.
Not the full thing.
But Attack on Titan stole a whole lot from the Bible. I'll tell you that.
I mean, this is one of the most stole stories there is.
Like,
this is the
a lot of
story.
Parallels.
And this story is stolen from a million different people. I mean, Dionysus, for Christ's sakes.
Yeah, there's a lot.
You know, the Egyptian stuff. Yeah. This is why I was thinking Man of Steel again. Why is this particular Jesus compelling? Why is this guy who they're showing us in this movie, why are so many people following him?
Because he's hot.
First of all, not hot.
He's so hot.
Has a weird mouth in this movie, the actor. I don't know if that's like fake teeth. He got
Jesus
a weird
mouth.
Had a weird mouth. Too perfect hair while everybody else is out here in the mud, kid.
I told you this yesterday. Perfect. I'll tell you this again. He has great genes. That is why he looks great. He got great hair. It's
pretty good. You got to give it to that's pretty fucking funny.
Like,
pretty funny.
Of course he looks great.
No, but for real though, like
his dad is God.
He's a scrub. Like I literally didn't like this Jesus. Look, I'm a fan of Jesus. Hello. But this particular Jesus, scrub.
He just was a little pretentious, wasn't he?
A little. He had yellow eyes. Who the fuck has yellow eyes?
They gave him like
just a yellow eyes band.
A weird filter. I don't understand why.
It was
like display
strange.
white.
I'm sure that's some biblical reference I have not enough knowledge for.
Did they describe his eyes being like golden?
I have a funny note here that's Monica Cellulite, but obviously that's a type autocorrect, which is fucking hilarious.
What's her name?
Because Monica Bellucci does not have cellulite.
Dude.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Great pick for a prostitute. Because they did do that that reference. They kind of conflated the two characters.
No, there's Mary Magdalene is Monica Bellucci.
No, yeah. But what I'm saying is that there's some texts that say that she's a prostitute.
Yes.
And then there's other texts where that interaction that he ends up having, where he's like picking her up. That scene where he's like picking her up from the street.
She got her ass kicked.
That isn't referenced to be Mary Magdalene.
Right,
but in the movie, they fused both of them.
Right. Earlier, you wanted to talk a little bit about assassinations for some reason.
Well, this was an assassination.
Yeah.
Like, you watch this movie, the Jewish council, they assassinated this man.
Yeah.
They killed him.
And they enjoyed it.
And the best thing about it is that they did it, like, legally.
Sure.
It was like a legal assassination because they went through the correct lawful pipelines. The actor who plays Dayton in this movie, God bless him, don't know his name.
/ Voldemort.
He looks just like the actor.
Henry, the guy who plays Henry?
Yeah, he looks same dude who also plays Grindelwald, young Grindelwald in the Harry Potter movies. That British actor, very good. His voice is, I don't know how to do his voice. I went like Italian, I don't know why.
Because these guys speaking, they were Italians. The Italians were the ones that did this to Jesus.
But he was walking through those crowds. Every time I saw him, I thought of that actor. I was really just funny. Like, this guy.
You know what? It just occurred to me at this very moment. I think, you know why Italians, I think, are so Catholic?
Why are
I think they feel guilty that they killed a homie. Who physically did the killing?
In the movie.
The Wops.
In the movie, the ops did it.
The Wops.
But there was like a landing point.
Too much Jesus blood.
Yeah, the Asian Jesus blood. Shouts out to this.
I think you said it yesterday that he's doing performance art. I thought that was so funny.
Wait, who? Jesus?
Yeah, we were just talking about it. We were just basically like, this guy's just performance art. Like, people nail themselves to like cars and shit like that. Or maybe it was Jose that said it, I think.
Yeah, he must have said it, but
so funny. And it made me think, no, you know when it really made me think? When they pulled out, I can't believe we're laughing about this, but when the homie pulled out the spike bat, when they're whipping Jesus, they finally pull out a spike bat. I'm like, this is ECW we're watching right now. This is literally ECW.
The fagulation. Is that how you say it?
I believe that's what you call a fart that happens during gay sex. I'm not too sure. I think you got your words mixed.
Is that how you say it?
Yo, seriously though,
they didn't.
As much as we talking shit, it was really sad watching him get his ass beat.
No, this movie is.
It was so sad.
This movie's bad, but it's also good. There's good parts of it where it's just
like it's a faithful depiction.
The best part about this movie, 2 hours.
Yeah, because any longer would have been fucked.
I don't know why. I thought this movie was going to be 2.5, 3.
You think because it's a biblical thing? Most biblical movies are.
I was like, oh shit, this is going to be forever. But there was, in that scene, I jokingly, this is the second time this has happened, even though I did see this movie before, so maybe subconsciously.
Right.
There was like, when they flipped him over, I was like, oh, it's done. I was like, imagine if they start whipping him.
That was one of the worst moments ever when they're just like, okay, well, they're done with him, obviously. And then they're just like, no, flip him. First of all, the pain of your skin now touching the salty, rocky ground. And then getting your wee-wee whipped. Your wee-wee whipped.
You ever get your nipples pinched?
Yes. But this is not about me, for Christ's sake.
He got his nipples ripped.
Look, yeah, no, this movie is so metal is obviously another note I wrote, because it really is. The whole time I'm watching it, I just have Slayer blasting in my head, dude.
But that's the thing. It's like such a religious movie, and I'm just like, this is metal as hell.
Metal as hell, dude.
This movie is he's getting
Metal.
the whole time he's getting his ass beat.
Yeah.
And the only
It's not funny, but it's funny that you can make a movie where that's the only thing.
The only bits where he's not is when one of his disciples betrays him and they're having like a fucking internal crisis about it. Or when it's a flashback of Jesus telling them that his disciples are going to betray him.
Right.
And then other than that, it's just the devil.
Which you got to appreciate
the
that.
devil being fucking Where's Waldo, just being, I'm here,
honestly,
I'm here.
I do like that. I think that is a clever way to do it. It's just, you have to like Jesus, first of all. It's the same with Man of Steel. You have to like this actor's portrayal of this character, and if you don't, if he's not doing it for you, which to me, Cavill wasn't, wow, isn't that interesting? How close those names are to each other? They weren't doing it for me, so I didn't like those characters. They were not likable to me. So I even though I felt bad he was getting his ass kicked, because anybody getting their ass kicked would be sad, like that, I didn't care for him, you know?
The movie's everywhere, and it also starts you in a weird place.
Let's recast this bad boy. What do you think?
I think somebody said this yesterday, but I feel like Adam Driver, maybe as Jesus, maybe as some character in here.
Jose was saying for Judas, the actor who played Judas was given, to me it was given Shia LaBeouf, but he's in everything we recast, so he can be.
He doesn't look good with a beard, Shia LaBeouf.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
I feel like I've only ever seen him with a beard after Holes.
Really? What about Transformers? He doesn't have a beard there.
Another guy I was thinking was Mick Foley, actually, for Jesus. Mankind, Cactus Jack. The wrestler? Are you familiar?
Yeah, I know who the hell you're talking about. I can't believe that you're saying that, though. What do you mean?
You don't think so?
Mick Foley? You said that shit with a straight face.
Once I thought about ECW yesterday, I was like, oh, Mick Foley got to be Jesus Christ.
No, he doesn't. Because he can get his ass beat?
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean?
He could literally, he'll be smiling the whole time. He has a sock on his hand when they nail it.
It's just like, you know that episode where you got your ass beat? You would think you'd be great for Jesus.
I'm sure they've told him that before. He's a nice guy. Everybody says it.
He should be a man in an iron mask. He should be...
He should be one of the Musketeers.
Yep.
Who else are you thinking for recast?
For recast, okay, let's go through who else. Zendaya has to be the Zendaya, however you say her name.
She's got to be Mary Magdalene or something, right? If
there's sand, she has to be in it.
You said yesterday, Pontius Pilate... the homie with the baldy, which by the way, the best haircut to have at the time, is crazy. Not everybody else just was rocking a baldy for practical sake. Vin Diesel.
He has to be, Vin.
Who's half Italian? Vin
Diesel. Every time he came on the camera,
he loves family.
I was just like, my dude, Vin Diesel.
He doesn't look anything like him, by the way. He's just bald.
I am Pontius.
And besides that, I joked earlier, but actually a funny, like, you know how they did the Sherlock Holmes movie? I didn't see it, but Will Ferrell did the Sherlock Holmes movie with John C. Reilly, where he was Watson. The two of them.
Oh, they did like a comedy version?
So, Will Ferrell as Jesus, very funny stuff, I think. And John C. Reilly as Judas, I think will be really funny.
That's really good because I can see John C. Reilly doing the running from the kids scene.
Exactly. Step Brothers literally is what made me think about it.
You can literally see him just being like,
we need to do that.
You want to do Mary? You want to do Magdalene? You want to do...
I think you were right on Zendaya for that one. Mother Mary, who could that be? Marissa Tomei.
She is of the age... Oh, you're getting too excited.
All right.
Let's put that back in.
Start wrapping this one. It was funny to think about this movie ending and it be just saying, Jesus will return in, like the Marvel movies do?
2027.
Yeah, because he actually is coming back.
Returning.
Endgame.
In a two-parter.
Really funny stuff.
Also, they recast everybody.
Right.
Which I guess makes sense because everybody aged. It's been a very long time.
Right.
It's been like 20 years or something like that.
Yeah. What would you score this movie?
Really ended up looking like Freddy at the end. Like, you know what I mean?
That's hilarious.
Like like his body was filleted. Like it was.
Yeah.
And they did both sides like a steak. So it was.
They gave him a pet fillet. What would you score this movie?
I told you yesterday, so spoiler alert for you. But it's getting a 3.3 out of 10 for me.
Oh, that's so funny.
That's what it's getting for me.
You know what I think would be funny? I'm going to give it a 3.3 out of 10 too.
There we go. You should have given it 30 silver pieces.
That'd be a 6 and 6. 6.6.
6.6.
We're getting close to...
And the devil was a supporting character in this film.
He was a supporting character. I just want to lay a couple rumors aside before we end this. I do not worship Satan. Despite what rumors may say.
Despite what his face looks like.
But we did used to date. But you're allowed to date people and not have take their religion on and shit like that, you know? Because I've dated a Muslim, I didn't take that on. She's kind of kooky also. But anyway, I think we got to wrap this one up. Peace out, y'all. We'll see you next week.